Thokozani bogogo nabomkhulu. This is Gogo Nomvulazana speaking. I would like to address tabaya, the fear of water. Right? A lot of people are afraid of water, especially those who have callings. They are afraid of water because during the process of being called, they see a lot of water, they see themselves in water, and sometimes the water that they see is not always calm waters. They see themselves in stormy waters, in waters that overwhelm them. They see themselves drowning, they see themselves swimming in or falling into water, and some of them they see themselves being underneath the water and seeing life in water, and seeing themselves being able to breathe underwater, and seeing the phoofolo tsa ka mo metsing, ba bona dikwena, ba bona dinoha tse digolo tse di makatsang. So the fear of water becomes intensified now, because every time they see water, they see things that scare them, right? So hence ba tshaba le ho ya ko dinokeng, ba tshaba ho ya matamong, ba tshaba ho ya mawatleng, because of the things that they see under the water. So sedimo sa metsi se dula se tla ka sebopeho se tshosang. They are not always coming in a pleasant way. So hence batho ba bangata ba tshaba metsi. And let me tell you, o tshaba metsi because metsi ke ko tla fumanang phodiso ya hao teng. Metsi ke lehae la hao. Metsi ke ko phodiso ya hao e leng ko teng. You are afraid of water because that is where you will receive your healing, because you see water and all that is underneath the water, the life that is underneath the water. Your ancestors don't always come in human form. They use things like spirit animals. We call them spirit animals because that is the animal that they choose to come to you kayone. So you will be seeing this big snake, and a voice is coming from this big snake, because it is not the snake that you are talking to. It is the spirit that is using the snake, right, as a front, and saying, okay, ngwanaka dira so, or you are seeing this barking kwena is a crocodile, and you are wondering, why am I hearing a voice coming from this crocodile? It is the spirit that is using the crocodile as a front. That is why we call them spirit animals, that your ancestors' spirit are using these particular animals to communicate. All right? So I needed to talk about that, because now people are afraid of the spirit animals that the ancestors are using. Hence now the fear of water is also being intensified, that they are afraid to go to the water. They are afraid to go yo tlhapa ko dinokeng, because they feel hore hey di a boa ko metsing kwa. Whereas now, if your healer is a person who, or to somebody ka metsi, ile a person o tsamayang le sedimo sa mandao, they know how to speak to those ancestors. When they get to the sacred spaces, they should know how to ask to be able to enter the waters before they enter. They don't just habano itatlela fela ko metsing. So therefore they ask mongwa metsi gore re kopa ho kena ka mo metsing, re phethe se bonkgono le bontatemoholo ba re rumileng sone. So the owner of the waters allows you to use their premises, and you will be able to enter the water and leave the water in peace. Because ha o ye ho seleka ko metsing kwa, o ile ho rapela, o ile ho hlapisiwa, o ile ho ruliwa lefifi, o ile ho etsang, and you are there to do what you have been called to do there, and you are living. Wa utlwisisa? Mo metsi a nkang batho teng is when people go in without permission, without asking, without preparation, without who ila before oya kometsing. Right? That is when people find themselves drowning or bankiwa ke bangwe ba lefelo leo. Wa utlwisisa? Know gore before you enter sacred spaces, sacred waters, you prepare yourself beforehand. And when you get there, you ask to be able to use the place. Right? You ask to be able kurwa phahla before oya metsing o kopa ho ya metsing ale ha o fihla ko teng. There are things that you do, processes that you need to do to be able to use that particular river or whatever the case may be. So wa leboha when you leave, when you exit the place, wa leboha, wa tsamaya, and you don't look back. You just go about your business. So don't be afraid of water. Learn to use water. Learn how your ancestors operate before you start or jumpela ko metsing. Learn. If you have questions, ask. If you don't know, butsisa o kreye dikarabo. Thokozani bokoko na bomkhulu. Your healing is in the waters. All you have to do is ask your ancestors to teach you how those waters, how you can use those waters to heal and be healed. I pray this message reaches those it is meant for. Thokoza.